Jesus Christ. There are things I will tell you about Jesus Christ, who is said to be coming back to earth, that will make your hair stand on end. If you are ready for the miracle-filled life of Jesus Christ, let's begin. By the end of this video, you will be amazed by what you have heard. Jesus speaking as a baby was one of the clearest signs that he was God's chosen messenger. But what happened before that was truly mind-boggling. As Mary was writhing in labor pains, demons tried to approach her. But at that moment, a mighty army of angels descended from the sky and surrounded her to protect the newborn Jesus. Thus, Satan and his followers failed to achieve their goal. That day, Satan became even more furious and swore to lead many more people astray before departing. Mary's heart was filled with prayers, because the baby in her arms was a miracle. He had come into the world without a father. She did not know how to explain this to people, but she knew one thing: Allah was with her. When she returned to Jerusalem, the people immediately surrounded her, just as she had expected. Mary, who had been praised for her chastity just a short time before, had now returned with a baby in her arms. The crowd shouted angrily, "Oh Mary, tell us, whose child is this?" Mary did not speak. She only pointed to the baby. This reaction enraged the crowd. "Are you mocking us?" they shouted. Some even began to pick up stones and sticks. Mary pointed to her baby again. It was as if she were saying, "Ask him your question." And at that moment, one of the greatest miracles in history took place. A newborn baby spoke before the eyes of the people. "I am a servant of God. He gave me the book and made me a prophet. Wherever I am, he has blessed me. He commanded me to pray and give alms. He commanded me to treat my mother well. On the day I was born, the day I will die, and the day I will be resurrected, God's peace is upon me." The crowd froze. They didn't know what to say. No one could say a word to Maryam in the face of this miracle. Time passed, and Isa alayhi salam grew up. Hazreti Maryam lived with Isa in Egypt for a while. There, Isa apprenticed with a dyer. One day, his master gave him colorful fabrics to dye. When he returned, he saw that Jesus had thrown all the fabrics into a single vat. He plunged his hand into the vat in anger. But whichever fabric he pulled out was exactly the color he wanted. That day, his master realized, this child is no ordinary person. When Jesus reached the age of 30, Gabriel brought him the mission of prophethood. Together with his disciples, he performed great miracles. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, and even raised the dead with Allah's permission. One day, the brother of one of the disciples died. Jesus went to the tomb, prayed, and the man came out of the tomb alive. Then, for the disciples who wanted information about Noah's flood, he raised Noah's son, Shem, from the dead. The Israelites still did not believe. "Raise Uzair from the dead," they said. Jesus prayed, and with God's permission, Uzair was also resurrected and said that Jesus was God's messenger. Still, they did not believe. Despite all these miracles, the children of Israel continued to plot against Jesus. One of the disciples betrayed Jesus for money and revealed his location. When the soldiers raided the house, God raised Jesus to heaven with Gabriel. The traitor was made to look like Jesus. The soldiers captured and executed him. When the truth came out, it was too late. The holy books say, "They plotted, and God plotted against them." Jesus did not die. He was raised to heaven and is waiting for the moment he will return before the day of judgment. Although some deviant groups claim that they will attempt to clone Jesus, it is clear that the soul cannot be created with DNA. This is impossible both scientifically and religiously. And now we come to the part that people are most curious about. Before the day of judgment, Jesus will descend upon the minaret of the great mosque in Damascus. Together with the Mahdi, he will destroy the Antichrist. Then the plague of Gog and Magog will emerge. As these destructive groups are about to invade the earth, they will be destroyed by Allah through the prayer of Jesus. According to tradition, Jesus will live on earth for 40 years after his second coming. He will not bring a new religion, but will be subject to Islam.